Greetings everyone, Slizzle466 here, and in today's video we're looking at some of the best decks in Wild post nerfs and buffs that happened just recently. Now we don't have a ton of decks here, we only have 8, but that's because the meta is only a couple days old, but I wanted to have at least something for you to play with over the weekend if you're looking to mess around in Wild. So we start with Relic Demon Hunter. So this is a new archetype, and you may not be familiar with what a relic is. So these are all relics. So you've got the Relic of Extinction, Relic Vault, Relic of Phantasms, Relic of Dimensions, and then Artificer Zymox. So because when you cast these relics, they basically buff the next ones you play. They get increasingly and ridiculously powerful. And so this deck is basically goes all in on the relic synergy. Apparently it's doing pretty well in standard. It might start to catch on in Wild as well. Only time can tell. Next up we have Aggro Demon Hunter. So Aggro Demon Hunter, again, this the Crisis, I can't pronounce it, Crisis the Voracious. It's a pretty insane card, 4 mana 7/7. Battle Cry, discard your hand, Death Rattle, draw 3 cards. This deck has such a bottom heavy end that you're drawing through the deck pretty quickly anyway. So you're basically just doing a ton of damage. Lady Stetheno really helps get a lot of chip damage in. You can also get a lot of token damage in with Kurtrus. So just a good solid deck. It's been in previous videos as well. If you want to play Demon Hunter, this is a pretty good one. Now, I don't have any Druid decks because Celestial Alignment got nerfed and all the Druid players got really sad, but I'm sure Druid decks will start popping up soon. I also don't have any Hunter decks because Questline Hunter is pretty awful. Beast Hunter's good, but there's nothing special about it. So maybe next video there'll be Hunter decks. Same with Mage. This is not going much on with Mage. Yeah. There's also but there's a Paladin deck. Odd Paladin. So Odd Paladin is kind of back for a couple reasons. It got a bunch of new tools, one of them being promotion, 1 mana, give you Silver Hand Recruit 3/3 and Taunt. The Sinful Sous Chef is nice to get some recruits in your hand, nice synergy with Carnival Barker. And the big thing in my opinion is the Warhorse Trainer buff. Not only do they buff it to a 3/4, but now the Silver Hand Recruits have +2 attack and taunt, which is pretty ridiculous. So, Odd Paladin, it's been working well for some, not so well for others. We'll see how things pan out. As for Priest, yes, I'm aware Big Priest exists, but there's nothing changed about it. It's the same thing. But we do have Combo Priest. And this specific list, I actually haven't looked at this one. I don't think it's running any new cards, but it has been having success at High Legend, so I thought it was worth a mention. So if you just want to have some fun with old school Combo Priest, this is a great way to do it. Reno Priest. This is another one of those 40 card lists that works for certain people in certain metas. It is the Thief version, so you've got the Psychic Conjurer, you've got the Thought Steal, things like that. You've also got the Harvester of Envy, 3 mana 4/3 after you play a card copied from your opponent, steal the original. So it's an all-in on the Thief version of Reno Priest. You'll notice that it's not running the Spawn of Shadows. It's all in on stealing your opponent's stuff and then just slowly chipping them down with Anduin to win. Also, there's a Dark Bishop Benedictus, so your hero power is already doing damage at the beginning of the game, but eventually it'll cost 0. Moving on to Rogue. So, I mean, yes, Pirate. If you want to play Pirate Rogue, just play the old list. But I want to focus on new lists. Edwin Rogue. So, I'm not sure why it happened, but Edwin Defias Kingpin got a buff. So now it's a 3 mana 3/3. And basically, just having that 1 extra mana, you can do some pretty ridiculous things. You know, you've got counterfeit coins, you've got preps, you've got shadow steps, you've got all this cheap stuff. So you can really get Edwin out of control and have a big giant thing on the board that your opponent may not be able to deal with. There's also Necrolord. I think this is a really great card as well. I should probably craft it. It's a 4 mana 3/4 battle cry, equip a 1/3 dagger, +1 for each other card you played this turn. Again, everything's really cheap in the deck, so you can get a pretty huge dagger out of nowhere. I don't have any Shaman decks because Shadowwalk Shaman's really fallen off the ladder because of the Snowfall Guardian nerf. There's also Even Shaman, but again, the lists aren't refined, so I don't think it's worth sharing one. So we'll move to Warlock. Warlock, you've got all your normal Warlock stuff, but the one deck I do want to feature because it's a little bit different is the Even Warlock. So what I like about this list is it's running Theotar the Mad Duke, 4 mana 3/3, battle cry, discover a card in each player's hand and swap them. So it's kind of like a really annoying Dirty Rat for 4 mana, in a way. You've also got Dirty Rat in the deck, which is nice. But otherwise, this is probably one of the best Warlock decks in the meta, especially with Big Rogue gone, because Big Rogue just destroyed this deck. It's a really good one. And last but not least, we have a Warrior deck, Enrage Warrior. So this list is basically doing the whole early game board clearing with Skipper, gaining armor with Armorsmith, drawing cards with Acolyte. And basically you're just trying to completely obliterate your opponent using, of course, Leroy Jenkins, Bloodsworn Mercenary to copy damaged minions. You've got Decimator Olgra, 6 mana 3/7 battle cry, gain +1/+1 for each damaged minion, then attack all enemies. That includes your opponent. So there's some really fun stuff going on in this list. So if you want to give something new a try, this is also ridiculous as well, the Imbued Axe. After a hero attacks, give your damaged minions +1/+2, infuse 2, +2/+2 instead. There's just some really good stuff to play around with in this list. So there you go, just a small little selection, quick little video. I'll have a more extensive one in September when we have a more established meta. If there's any deck that you'd like to get a code for, let me know and I can reply to you in the comments below. Or if there's a deck you want to share, you can also comment below. If you want to access all these deck codes, you will find them in the description below. If you're a mobile user and it's difficult for you to copy those deck codes, there's an easy to enter code to my Discord. You can visit the deck lists only channel. You can get the deck lists much easier over there. Otherwise, if you want to help support this channel, you can click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and until next time, hope to see you again.